For as long as we have been human, we have been born. Think about that. This single act connects every one of us. It is a thread through all of history, in every corner of the earth. Each birth is a story, filled with wonder, filled with worry. It is a time of immense power and deep vulnerability. The story of how we bring new life into this world is the story of who we are. It tells us about our beliefs, our knowledge, our fears, and most of all, our enduring hope for the future. This journey has changed in so many ways. Imagine a woman giving birth thousands of years ago, surrounded by her tribe, guided by ancient rituals passed down through generations. Now picture a woman today in a modern hospital room, surrounded by the hum of machines and the calm voices of a medical team. Settings are worlds apart, yet the core remains the same. A moment of profound transformation, pain giving way to joy, one life bringing forth another, a sacred space, a cave lit by fire or a room lit by fluorescent lights. The path from one to the other is a long, winding road, a story marked by incredible progress and deep-seated traditions. For centuries, the process was shrouded in mystery and danger. Many mothers and babies were lost. But with each generation, we learned more. We looked for ways to make childbirth safer, to ease the pain, and to protect the precious new life. This is not just medicine, it is community, it is faith, it is the unwavering strength of the human spirit. As we look back, a powerful truth emerges. As the Roman Empire fell and Europe entered the Middle Ages, 500 to 1500 AD, a shadow of fear fell over many parts of life, and childbirth was no exception. The scientific knowledge of the ancient world was largely lost or forgotten. In its place, superstition and a deep fear of the unknown began to grow. For a woman in labor, this was a time of great peril. The risk of death was a constant, looming presence. Without an understanding of germs or proper hygiene, infection was rampant. Many women who survived the delivery itself would succumb to a fever in the days that followed, a tragedy that was all too common. Midwives were still the primary caregivers, their knowledge passed down from mother to daughter. They continued to use herbs, massage, positioning to help mothers through labor. But their role became more precarious. In an age when people believed in witchcraft and dark magic, a difficult birth or the death of a baby could easily lead to suspicion. A midwife whose patient died might be accused of casting a spell or making a pact with evil spirits. This constant threat of accusation added another layer of terror to an already frightening and painful experience, making the birthing room a place of intense anxiety. The tools available during this era were crude and often dangerous. With the arrival of the Renaissance, the Age of Enlightenment in the 16th century, in the 17th century, the clouds of fear began to part. A new spirit of inquiry and discovery swept across Europe. Scholars and thinkers started to look at the world not just through faith, but through science and reason. This shift had a profound impact on medicine. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci, anatomists like Andreas Vesalius, began to dissect the human body and create detailed drawings and maps of its inner workings. For the first time in centuries, birth was studied as a biological event. This new scientific curiosity brought men into the birthing room. Midwives had managed childbirth for millennia. Male physicians, often trained as surgeons, began to take an interest. This led to the invention and popularization of the obstetric forceps. The Chamberlain family secretly developed a tool that could grip a baby's head and guide it out during a difficult delivery. An early illustration of obstetric forceps. The rise of these man midwives marked a significant turning point. They wrote books, gave lectures, and established the field of obstetrics as a formal medical specialty. William Smellie, a Scottish physician in the 18th century, taught hundreds of students. He invented a more refined version of the forceps. He also created detailed models to teach the mechanics of childbirth. This professionalization of birth began the slow shift from a home-based, female-led tradition to a medicalized, male-dominated field. This change was not without controversy and created tension between traditional midwives and the new doctors. The 19th century was a time of dramatic change. Two of the most important breakthroughs in childbirth happened then. The first was a simple, revolutionary idea: cleanliness. In the 1840s, Ignaz Semmelweis worked in a Vienna hospital. He was horrified by high deaths from childbed fever in the doctor's ward. The midwives' ward had a much lower death rate. He noticed doctors went from autopsies straight to deliveries without washing. He theorized they carried cadaverous particles that infected mothers. Semmelweis insisted on washing hands in a chlorine solution. The results were immediate. Deaths in his ward plummeted, but the medical community resisted and ridiculed him. It took decades, and the later work of Louis Pasteur and Joseph Lister, for the world to accept germ theory and antiseptics. Sterile instruments and clean hands transformed surgery and made birth far safer. The second revolution was anesthesia. For millennia, childbirth pain was seen as inevitable. In the 1840s, dentists and surgeons began experimenting with ether and chloroform. In 1847, James Young Simpson first used chloroform in labor. Opposition was fierce. Some invoked divine punishment, others feared interference with natural birth. The 20th century brought changes to childbirth that were faster and more profound than all the centuries that had come before. At the turn of the century, most births in Western countries still took place at home. But with the lessons of germ theory now firmly established, hospitals began to be seen as safer, cleaner places to have a baby. This marked a major shift, as birth moved definitively out of the home and into the medical institution. The development of powerful antibiotics like penicillin in the 1940s was another giant leap, providing a potent weapon against the infections that had claimed so many mothers' lives. With this move to the hospital came a new level of medical management. The health of both mother and baby could be monitored more closely than ever before. New technologies emerged that changed the experience entirely. The invention of the incubator, for example, gave premature and very small babies a fighting chance at survival, something that had been nearly impossible before. Widespread vaccination programs protected pregnant women from diseases like rubella, which could cause devastating birth defects. The risk of death in childbirth in developed nations fell dramatically, becoming a rare tragedy rather than a common fear. Alongside these advances, the training for doctors and nurses became more standardized and rigorous. Obstetrics and gynecology became a highly respected and complex specialty. New surgical techniques were perfected, making cesarean sections a safe and routine option for complicated births. Blood transfusions became readily available, saving mothers from hemorrhage, which had once been a leading cause of death. The focus was on safety, predictability, and eliminating risk. The natural, often chaotic process of birth was transformed into a carefully managed and controlled medical event. However, this medicalization came with a trade-off. The late 20th century opened a door that had been sealed for all of human history. For the first time, we could see a baby before it was born. The development of ultrasound technology in the 1970s was nothing short of miraculous. A simple, painless scan could create a moving, black and white image of the child growing inside the womb. That flickering screen became a new kind of family portrait, a first glimpse of the new life to come. It allowed parents to bond with their baby in a way that was never before possible, to see a tiny hand wave or a little heartbeat. But ultrasound was more than just a beautiful window. It was a powerful diagnostic tool. Doctors could now monitor the baby's growth, check its position, and detect potential problems early on. This ability to see inside gave medicine an unprecedented level of information. Combined with other advances like amniocentesis and electronic fetal monitoring, pregnancy became a period of intense screening and observation. These technologies could provide reassurance and allow for early intervention, saving lives and preventing complications. The mystery of pregnancy was being replaced by a flood of data. This new information brought with it a new set of choices and anxieties. Expectant parents were now faced with complex decisions about testing and potential risks. The technology that offered so much clarity could also create worry. The constant monitoring during labor, with belts strapped around a mother's belly to track the baby's heart rate, sometimes led to a feeling of being tethered to a machine. This increased the rate of medical interventions, as any deviation from the norm could be interpreted as a sign of distress, prompting a rush to a cesarean section. This technological boom also fueled a growing desire for a more human-centered approach. Many women began to feel that the focus had shifted too far away from the mother's experience and onto the charts and screens. This led to the rise of the natural childbirth movement, which advocated for less intervention, more freedom of movement during labor. Today, on this day in 2025, the landscape of childbirth is more diverse than ever before. The journey has come full circle in many ways. We have not discarded the life-saving advances of modern medicine, but we are weaving them with ancient, personal approaches. The best care today recognizes a woman is not just a patient. She is the powerful center of a profound life event. This means listening to her, respecting her choices, supporting her emotionally, supporting her physically. Many hospitals have transformed. Cold, sterile delivery rooms are becoming warm, comfortable birthing suites. Soft lighting, private baths, space for family to gather. Midwives have seen a powerful resurgence. Working alongside doctors, certified nurse midwives support natural birth and use intervention only when necessary. Doulas are becoming more common, providing emotional comfort, providing physical comfort. The old ways held a deep truth: a supportive hand to hold, a calm voice of encouragement, freedom to move and find comfortable positions. Practices once dismissed now have evidence. Continuous support reduces the need for pain medication and lowers cesarean rates. Through all the ages, through all the changes in science and society, the heart of childbirth has remained the same. It is a moment of pure, raw, and powerful human connection. A woman in a prehistoric cave praying to a goddess carved from stone, and a woman in a state-of-the-art hospital watching her baby's heartbeat on a monitor are joined by the same thread of hope, fear, strength, surrender. They both share the same primal, fierce love for the child they are about to meet. This is the sacred ground where all of humanity begins. The journey from ritual to remedy, from birthing stools to sterile operating rooms, is a story of our relentless effort to protect this sacred moment. Each step forward, from understanding the importance of clean hands to inventing tools that can save a life, was born from a desire to turn fear into joy, to replace loss with new beginnings. We honor the mothers of the past who faced unimaginable risks with courage. We honor the generations of midwives who passed down their wisdom in whispers. And we honor the scientists and doctors who dedicated their lives to finding a safer way. The best care today is a beautiful blend of both worlds. It combines the precision of science. It uses technology not to control but to support. It listens to the mother, trusts her body, and respects the profound spiritual and emotional dimensions of bringing a new life into the world. It understands that safety and dignity are not opposing forces but two sides of the same coin. This is the care that every family deserves, a circle of support that holds them as they step across this incredible threshold. And so, the story continues. It is a story of progress, but also a call to action. As long as there are mothers who fear for their lives in childbirth, our work is not done. The hope is that we will keep learning, keep caring, and keep sharing our knowledge until every birth, everywhere, is safe. Because in the end, every new baby that draws its first breath is a renewal of the world. It is a testament to our resilience, a symbol of our shared future, and a quiet, perfect miracle that connects us all.